Welcome to another podcast on Cold Case Files. Today we're going to be talking about George Heinrich and Marlene Mazzola. I might be pretty much butchering their names, but I'm trying. Bear with me. This happened in September 21st of 1980. This double homicide was one of the most highest profile murders in Billings, Montana's history. The couple had been dating for approximately a month before they were found murdered at George's home on Highway 312. It's east of Billings. George was a local businessman who bought and sold cattle, and Marlene was a district manager for Avon in the Billings area. So, George's adopted daughter, Peggy, she had spent the night over at some neighbors' houses, and she had came back to the house, and she was the one that discovered George and Marlene passed away. And that was about 4 a.m., and she was 17 years old at that time. Marlene had 2 daughters, and she was recently divorced, and she had moved from Butte, Montana, back to Billings, and the rest of her family resided in Butte. She did bring her 2 daughters with her when she moved back to Billings. George was laying face down in his bedroom floor. His hands were bound behind his back with electrical tape and a pillowcase over his head. His daughter, Peggy, is pretty much... She had an interview with Lynn Turner Fitzgerald, and this is pretty much what she was saying about what she saw and what happened when she was there. His daughter, Peggy, didn't go in any further to see where Marlene was. The house didn't look like it was rummaged through until his bedroom. The bedroom door was smashed in, like George was trying to hold the door shut and someone was trying to go through it. There was money on the nightstand in the bedroom, and it was about $250. Peggy had sold a horse the day before that, and that wasn't even touched. It was just standing out in the open. The only things that were taken from the property was this green clock, and it had some rhinestones in it. And we are thinking that whoever took it probably thought it was worth something. But to be honest, Peggy said that it was all fake. And the other thing that was taken was George's diamond ring. And that diamond ring was $16,000 in 1980. So that was a lot of money back then. So that was pretty much what they got when they took it. So they took the clock and they took his ring. Police don't know if someone was waiting on the couple inside of the house or if they were waiting outside for them to come home. George drove a white 1978 Chrysler New Yorker, and that car was found at the house. And Marlene had a red 1979 Pontiac Mage, and that was located later that day. It was located at a business called Husky Parkway East, and that's a truck stop. It's no longer there. It's on Main Street in the Heights. So the truck stop didn't have any connection with the couple at all. So the people that worked there, they didn't know the couple at all. The police did investigate for a long amount of time. They waited and sat back and waited to see if somebody would actually go to the car or if there was any activity around that car at the truck stop, and there wasn't anything. So nothing came of that, and they towed the car to be processed. There was no video at the truck stop because at that time there was no cameras, no anything like that. The employees at the truck stop were also questioned and they didn't know anything. They didn't see anything. Um, the Silver Dollar Bar was owned, well, the bar wasn't owned by him, but the building was owned by George, and it was in Billings. George had served 5 years in the Navy. That's amazing. He collected rent from the Silver Bar monthly, on top of him buying and selling cattle. He was a very good businessman. Police think that one of the two, was the intended target, and the other one was collateral damage, wrong place, wrong time type thing. The couple were excited to see each other. George had selected choice cuts of meat to barbecue for them. Later on, the couple actually watched TV, and then after that, they joined George's sister and his brother at the Elks Lodge. When they arrived, it was crowded by the time they got there. The band had ended around 1:30 a.m., and they left and headed back to George's house after that. Deputies arrived at the house around 5 a.m., and they found the front door unlocked with no forced entry at all. And George's keys were on the steps outside the door, outside of the front door. So to me, it sounds like they got bum rushed as soon as they got there, and they ran up to his bedroom and they shut themselves in the bedroom to keep whoever it was at bay. A witness did see an older model red pickup truck with a missing tailgate going up the lane to George's residence at around 2 a.m. Police never did find that vehicle. The autopsy on the couple is that they died of asphyxia. Their throat injuries were consistent with strangulation. So the family and the police ask if you have any information to please reach out to the Yellowstone Cold Case Unit. And that phone number is 406-254-7988. There's been nobody charged with this, and it's pretty much one of the longest cold cases that Montana has. So let's help this family and the police find the killer who did this. And yeah, if you know anything or you have any ideas, a hint of something, reach out. Let them find this killer. I mean, the person possibly might be dead by now, but let's get it closed for the family. So I will link that Yellowstone Cold Case Unit number in the description with the credits to where I found the articles from. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you have a good night.